break wanting to join. And then we'll dive into this wonderful video. I do really enjoy the color that they painted this house.
Ooh, I
Because
don't
it's
know.
not traditional. A lot of the times when we see the Bannock, it's like black and white and
Yeah,
accent. It's different on this one.
I didn't watch the video. I'm gonna be just surprised as everyone else. Hmm.
It
It's funner that way.
is funner that way. It is. Gives you the element of surprise.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just give it just one more minute to go ahead. I'll share my screen in anticipation. I'm very excited for our virtual next week too.
What are we showing next week?
A click attach.
I love the Bannock. I love the Click Attack. You're on a roll with the videos.
Just the gift.
Your customers have good taste.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so it's 12:02. We'll go ahead and we'll get started. Really quickly, just a little announcement we like to make at the beginning of these virtuals. We do like for a lot of participation to take place throughout the video. We love to answer your questions and address anything that you're curious about. In order to do so, we do ask that you use the Q&A function here on this webinar versus the chat. The reason why we prefer for you to use the Q&A is it's a lot quicker and it is real time, whereas the chat can sometimes get a little laggy. So if you have any questions, we'd love to answer them. Please just go ahead and put those in the Q&A section. With that, we'll do a quick little introduction. My name is Sarah. I am a homeownership counselor out of our Woodland, Washington branch. So I service all of Southwest Washington, along with 2 counties in Northwest Oregon. And I will go ahead and let my co-host introduce herself as well.
I am Katie Smith. I'm a homeownership counselor at Adair's Crestwell, Oregon office. So I am in the Mid-Willamette Valley, so south of Corvallis to Eugene, and then down to Roseburg and over to the coast down to Bandon.
Perfect. I did just watch your Harmony duplex video in
Oh
Bandon.
yeah, it
And
is
I kept
cute.
wanting to say Brandon, but it's Bandon.
Mm-hmm.
Got me. Perfect. So with that, we'll go ahead, we'll get started. We like to go ahead and start just on our website. For anybody who's joined us today, our website is a wealth of information. So if you're just sort of starting your research process, we have all of our floor plans listed on our website, along with all of our pricing. You'll have access to look through photo galleries of previous design homes, videos, get information on our financing. All of it is there at the touch of your little mouse. So feel free to explore. For us here at Adair, we are running a fantastic interest rate promotion. So this promotion, we are able to lock our customers in at 4.875 for a 30-year fixed mortgage. As you can see from the website down here, this little guy says that it ends today. We have been trying to run this for as long as we can. So I would say if you're interested in capturing that promotion, definitely check back on the website tomorrow to see if it was extended. Katie and myself have not received word yet. We are just as much hanging on the edge of our seats as you are, and we will know more tomorrow. For our video today, we are going to be looking at our Bannock floor plan. So our Bannock floor plan is 2,449 square feet. This floor plan is going to offer 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, as well as an open concept design and a 2-car garage. So when looking at our website, naturally you'll be able to click on the Bannock. As you scroll through. We'll kind of give you a little breakdown on how to interpret all of this information. So we've got the base price listed here for the Bannock, so 2,469 square feet, 4 bedrooms. Little bit of a typo here. It is a 2.5 bath, which we'll see from the floor plan. We then can look at how this floor plan lays out with the home. So this is a single-story house. This is going to offer a lot of functionality, especially for families. So this is where we start to get to a footprint where we're going to be able to introduce the primary suite on a complete opposite side of the home than the other bedrooms, which is always nice for that element of privacy, but also to cut down on sound and all of those other fun things that come with rambunctious children. This plan also offers a den as well. So this is a great office space. You know, a lot of people are working remote these days. This could also offer a nice playroom for the kids or even like a nice library right off of your entry. Definitely seen this room utilized in a handful of ways. We're going to have great open concept on this floor plan. So this is a theme through a lot of our plans to have our kitchen, dining, and great room all open to one another, just to create a very inviting, functional, very gathering oriented floor plan on this one. And on the Bannock, we have a very unique option customers can choose. So we're going to see that in the home today. We've got 12-foot ceilings in the body of this house, which is just, it's fantastic. If you like, I've been in it, it's huge. And the video will show us as well. Also a very large functional utility room. This is a lifesaver when you have children. So this is about 12 feet long by about 8 feet wide. So a big open space. You could do a bench and cubbies in here, a dog wash station, a great station to fold laundry. I mean, really the possibilities in that space are pretty endless. And then of course a 2-car garage. That's pretty standard on all of our floor plans. You would come down on the website and you can take a look through the different looks any of our home can have. So we offer 4 different exterior styles for our floor plans. These exterior styles are, going to be up to you and your preference for how your home looks. Sometimes an HOA comes into play when deciding what you'd like your exterior to look like. Each one of these exteriors on our homes come with different materials on the outside, so there is a little bit difference in pricing when going through the different exterior looks. Nothing changes on the inside of the house. It's purely for the aesthetics used on the exterior. So we offer a Traditions exterior. This is going to be our entry-level pricing. We only use James Hardie concrete fiber siding on our homes. So this would feature a James Hardie lap siding and a James Hardie board and bat. Trim around all of your windows and doors. Just a really simplistic but very functional exterior on this home. Our second tier pricing would go up to our farmhouse. And so our farmhouse would introduce all board and batten siding on the front elevation of the home. It also would introduce these really nice gridded windows. So this would be an upgraded window package on our farmhouse exterior. We can't quite see it, but it would include an upgraded front door, and then it includes an upgraded garage door as well. And then what I like to call these little eyebrows that get introduced on the house as well. From there, we go into our craftsman. Katie, would you like to talk through the craftsman?
Do you need a sore throat break?
I am just gonna cough for a second.
Yeah, so Craftsman, you go to an 8/12 pitch on the gables. You've got a cedar shake in the gables themselves, and you can't see it, but tongue and groove under this front porch cover. And then we've got the batten board in the lap siding at the base. So 3 different sidings on the front. And I think on the side elevations as well, you've got a little cedar there as well. And then what we consider to be a Craftsman style garage door in the front door that comes with a Craftsman package. It looks like it's painted in this picture. It's actually a stain grade Craftsman door with Craftsman style gridded windows. Should I keep going, Sarah? You okay?
I just struggled to find the unmute button. I'm alive. So then we have our modern exterior. On this particular floor plan, the modern is very popular. If you were to go into the photo gallery, almost every single one in there will feature the modern. And there's a handful of reasons why, which we'll see in the video that we're going to show today. For that pricing, like we touched on, that will vary for each one of those exteriors. You can come down here to this pricing tab, and this will showcase for you the different levels of pricing based on the different exteriors you can select for this home. And with that, we're going to scroll back up to the floor plan. So something that's unique here at Adair is we do allow for modifications to take place on our plans. So if you see a floor plan on our website that you really enjoy, but you would just change, a handful of things about it. We want to move this door, change this room. All of that is free range with us here at Adair, so you can modify the floor plan to fit what you like. You'll rarely hear somebody like myself or Katie tell you no. When it comes to modifying the floor plan, it really just comes down to your budget and what you're going to prefer to spend on the project. So, really a lot of options, but that will just be catered to what you would like to see for your home. So for us today, I have the floor plan open for the video we're going to be looking at. So these customers only made a few tweaks to the floor plan when it came to items that they wanted to see in their home. So this particular floor plan has an optional pantry that anybody can add to the home. And they've got children and they are boys, so they eat a lot. So having a pantry was very important for them to have into this house. They also opted for a bonus room. So this is something that we added to this home that doesn't exist on the normal plan. Like we mentioned with the children, they really wanted them to have their own space, to have, like a playroom, media room, just a place where they could go and keep all their treasures, I guess is the best way to word that. And then something that we'll see when we watch the video is we're going to see the 12-foot ceilings in here. So that was something that they opted for to have on their floor plan. And they also went ahead and added this beautiful patio cover. So they've got a 14-foot wide by 12-foot deep patio cover. This is something that we can add on all of our homes. The rear patio cover for us will always be optional. We include the front patio cover in the base price of our homes, but that back porch, for us, we like to have a very affordable home in our base price and give our customers the freedom to select any items that they want in their home a la carte. That way you can decide, is having that patio cover more important than a tile shower? Okay, here's the cost for both. How do you feel? What would you like to move forward with? So we just allow customers to pick and choose what's important, and you can go room by room. If you wanted a beautiful countertop in your kitchen, we don't have to do that throughout the house. So you can actually even individualize, aesthetics or price points for the different areas in the home to match what's important to you. Perfect. From there, we'll go ahead. We're going to jump into the video. So like I mentioned earlier, we've got a very pretty exterior paint job on this home. So
I like
for
it.
exterior, yeah, it's like a naval blue. For us here at Adair, we do include all interior and exterior painting in the base price of our homes. So you get to choose how you would like the aesthetic of your home to look. We use all Sherwin-Williams, and so we've got about 30 different exterior schemes to choose from. So a lot of options to pick. Some are green, some are blue, some are terracotta. You could really get creative. So with that, we'll go ahead and we will start the video. And once again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put those in the Q&A. We would love to go ahead and answer any questions that you have as we're watching this video. So
Sarah, what floor is that? That plank floor?
yeah, so that we touched on this, or we'll see it again. So that plank floor is a luxury vinyl plank that these customers opted to have in their home. It was called Touch of Pine, and so unfortunately, yes, we know that it was very popular. So Shaw chose to discontinue that product. I'm gonna try to pause it and not have it be so blurry. Maybe I won't be successful. So this is the den. So it's right off of the entry like we saw from the floor plan. Oh, there we go, fixed it. Um, in here, as we'll see, as we go through this body of the home, the 12-foot plate height is present. So massive ceilings in this room. With a massive ceiling comes a two-tiered window. So that's going to be a nice touch that we're going to see throughout this plan. What I'll touch on in the video is we're going to see some elements that aren't necessarily 100% complete on the plan. I mean, we might see some blue tape, or we might see a little few items marked like we're seeing here. When we capture these videos, we want to get our timing just right, where we're getting a great showcase of the floor plan while also still being respectful of the customer's timeline and the want to move in. Because when you get to this point, you're like, I want to move in. Let me have my house. So this walkthrough video was captured, right during sort of like final inspections, final walkthroughs. So anytime we're seeing the blue tape or we're seeing things marked, these are simply items that we're still working through addressing with the customer while trying to obtain a final certificate of occupancy for the home so that they can move into their house. This is a complete standard carpet in this room as well, so we didn't do any upgrades in regards to the carpet, but like Katie mentioned, that is an upgraded luxury vinyl plank in that area. So we'll touch on that when we get in there. This is that utility room, like I mentioned, very vast. You could choose to do cabinets in here. You could choose to do a bench and cubbies. You could really do anything with this space. Or like this customer, you can just choose to leave it simple and come in and design the house as you go. That's completely within your range as well. In the base price of our homes, we do include full HVAC. So we are seeing the electric furnace right here in the utility room. We also will do a heat pump AC. So all of our homes will come inclusive of heating and cooling. In here, we're getting a little bit of a blast from a past. So we're seeing sheet vinyl in this room. This used to be a standard for Adair in our wet areas, which would be, full bathrooms, utility rooms, in our floor plans. And so since this project came into construction, Adair has actually changed what is standard in our homes. So in our wet areas now, which would be the utility rooms and the bathrooms, we now include a luxury vinyl tile. So that's a product that is about 12 inches wide by 24 inches long. That would be an interlocking plank style floor.
Sarah, we have a question if you have a second.
Uh-huh.
If someone wanted to hide the furnace, how could that be achieved? Is it an option?
Absolutely. So we do have an option to enclose that furnace inside a closet, if you would prefer for that to be hidden from the view. To move forward with that furnace closet, I believe it's right around 1,200, and then we would fully encase that and include the doors and everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, a fun little tidbit that I do like to point out because I love this. This is like little things that Adair does that just makes it so much better. Is the dryer vent. It is standard for us to do a recessed stainless steel dryer vent. So we are going to push that into the wall so that your washer and dryer can sit flush with one another and you won't be constantly battling that hose as it comes out of the wall. So just a little chef's kiss on like little things that we do. We are going to see standard trim and standard interior doors in this house. So these two panel raised square doors are completely standard for Adair. This is included in the base price of our homes. And then we include a craftsman trim in the base price as well. So we're seeing completely standard finished products in that regards in the home. Gonna come out here. This is a beautiful floor. Shaw broke my heart. I took it personal when they discontinued this floor. I have it. I had it in so many of my homes because it just looks so good with grays and browns and blacks
Mhm.
and yeah. So nobody fall too much in love with it because I can't get it anymore. This is a half bath. So on our floor plans where a half bath is included, everything that we're seeing in here would be in the base price. And so we include a pedestal sink in our half baths. Toilets would be included, the vanity mirror, the vanity light, which is existing but we can't see, Moen plumbing, bath accessories in regards to toilet paper holders, towel rings, towel bars, all that's in the base price. And for us, those products will always be brushed nickel in the base price of the home. Of course, we offer all the colors. You want bronze, great. You want black, love that. Those are options that we do provide. Those would just be upgrades with us. Okay.
We have a question about tile floors. Are tiles a standard option?
So for us, tile floor would not be a standard option for us to include in the base price of our homes. Tile for us is more of a top tier flooring when it comes to our pricing. So tile would be completely optional for a customer to choose for a flooring selection in their home.
Unless you're in Arizona.
Yes. Oh, so sorry. Yep, I forgot. The desert down there. So yes, tile flooring is standard in our Arizona builds. Good catch, Katie. This is the kitchen on this particular floor plan. I've paused it here just so that we can take a look at the cabinets, the countertops, kind of talk through this. So they did opt for a painted cabinet in here, okay? And so for Adair, we include a wood stain in the base price, and then any painted cabinet would be an upgrade. So we're seeing a flat panel. This is like a Scandinavian modern style cabinet, a door, and then we're seeing it in a paint. So we've got a gray paint in here on these cabinets. Something else I'll point out in here is this customer provided all of their own appliances. So it is an option for our customers to provide their particular appliances they would like to see in their home. So that's completely up to a customer. We do include appliances in the base price, and we do include a gourmet kitchen appliance package that would allow for double wall mounted ovens, a 5 burner range built right into the countertop. They just had a particular style. These are a little bit higher end than what we would source. We do KitchenAid and Whirlpool. And these ones are more of like commercial grade, what I would call these. We are seeing a beautiful quartz in this kitchen. So we do include quartz countertops in the base price of our homes, not this particular one. So we've got two options for standard quartz. Ooh, very fancy. Look at that angle. Um, two standard quartz. This one that we see in this house would be a second tier. So they would have paid about $52 a square foot to have that quartz in their home. So for us, when we have those items in the base price, we don't charge you the full amount. We're just going to charge you the price difference between what the house started with and what you want to select for your home. We're also seeing those 12-foot ceilings. Doesn't necessarily do justice, but this is just massive. And when we do the 12-foot ceilings, these cabinets are 42 inches tall. So these are already big cabinets. And then you've got all that space between the cabinets and the ceiling. You could do second tiers. You could do glass cabinets up there. You really, once again, the possibilities, and that would just be up to you to decide what you'd like to see in the home.
I just noticed the pot filler. I love it
Mhm.
every time.
Yeah, it's such a nice touch. We're also seeing some other things I didn't necessarily point out. So they did opt for under cabinet lighting. So we can't see them because they're hiding, but you see this lighting that is cascading down from underneath the cabinets. That is an option that we include to select for any of our customers. We would do all the wiring, those get connected to a light switch that would all come on at once. Really helps brighten up the kitchen. They did just the standard backsplash in here, so at the time that they signed their contracts, we did a subway tile as our standard backsplash selection for our bathrooms and our kitchen. Now we would carry the same quartz up. So we will have quartz countertop standard and then a 6-inch quartz backsplash on that wall standard in the base price now. Okay. And then those beautiful 12-foot ceilings. So when customers select the 12-foot ceilings on this home, all of these additional windows are included in that option. We're gonna automatically double tier those windows, gonna bring in a lot of natural light, really makes this great room pop. This project is in the backwoods at Camas, Washington, if you're familiar at all. They're in the middle of the forest, so they see deer go through their backyard all the time. They've got a really cool like rock retaining wall that their kids like to play on, safely play on. This is the pantry. So as we saw when we looked at the bird's eye view of their plan, this was something that was very important to them. So when we add this pantry on our home, it's good size. You know, it's about a 5 by 5 room. It's gonna have all this cabinetry or shelving included. So when we select for the pantry, we will automatically include these 4 MDF shelves to be present in this space. Once again, if you had a vision of a cabinet with a built-in sink for a coffee bar and then shelves on the other side, outlets in here, or whatever it is, it can come to life. So don't think that, you know, okay, they've got a pantry, but it will just look like this, and it can become whatever you want. So we're coming into the primary bedroom now. So on this plan, that main primary bedroom is located just behind the kitchen. So we're gonna come into the bathroom. So we're seeing that sheet vinyl that was standard at the time when they built their house. Same painted cabinets, same countertops coming through. I really hope we turn around on this shower. I'll be very sad if we don't. Haha. Okay, so they opted for a custom tile shower. So in this floor plan, standard in the base price would be a tub and a shower. We do include 5-piece bathrooms in our primary suites on our larger homes, which would mean a tub independent from the shower. They aren't tub people. They didn't find the need for it, so they opted to remove the tub completely to give them extra space, which we kind of saw as we walked into this bathroom. And then they did an oversized tile shower. And so we've got a tile floor in here, tile walls. We did a half wall so that, you know, it could be a little bit more open. A question that comes up a lot with a design like this is, can Adair do the glass? Okay, it's a great question. We don't specialize in custom glass or custom glass fitting. So what we would do for a customer is we would give them like measurements, schematics. We will allow you to bring in a third party because you'd want to bring in a glass specialist to finish out the door and the walls on this shower, if that's what you want, or if you like it open, live your best life, leave it open.
Are they gonna add a door on this one? Do you know?
They are.
They
Mhm.
are. Very
And
nice.
so there's that open space over here. They are going to bring in like a armoire, like a
Very nice.
beautiful sort of like antique piece that will functionally be like a linen closet in this space.
Perfect.
Mhm. And so we come into the bedroom. So the primary bed, nope, we're gonna go to the closet. Stay tuned. Really good sized closet. You're looking in here and you're like, doesn't really look like a closet. So once again, kind of like the glass, we don't specialize in like closet organizational systems. Okay. So this customer really wanted a very unique design of like drawers and double tiered shelves and custom, shelves for shoes and just a really unique design. So what we did is we just let them a blank canvas. Why put up the shelf and the pole if we know that the customer doesn't want it? Like if you're going to come in, we don't want to put holes in your wall. We want it to be a clean canvas so that you can come in, bring in somebody like California Closets or, do it yourself via IKEA, and come in and kind of create that space to be your own. So that's why you're not seeing anything in there. It's finished now. And I do have pictures and it looks really good. But she finished it. The wife of this couple finished that closet out herself. There's the rock wall that we see that the kids like
Ah,
to play adventures on. So this is the primary suite. Really good size on this bedroom. So we are 17 by 14 on this main bedroom on this floor plan. Plenty of space for a king size bed, plenty of space for end tables, a dresser, dog beds. I mean, really whatever you're looking to have in that space. I'm really hoping we turn around again. If not, okay, detour, a little more detour. Okay. They are going to do a hot tub out the back of their home. And so having a door that goes directly out to that space was important to them. So we took away the window. Normally there'd be a window right here on this floor plan. We transitioned that out to be what's called an atrium door. So it looks like a French door, but an atrium door only has one panel that functions, and then the other panel exists as just like a sheer glass door aesthetic. Okay. Yes, we can do French doors. That's okay. But for us, French doors are not waterproof. So they're on a single pin system where they meet in the center. And no matter how hard you try, you will have a rattle and like winds and those sorts of things. So it's just not a waterproof door. So if I do a French door, I have to put a cover over it, because naturally we don't want water seeping into your door frame. Where if you don't want a cover, but you want the aesthetic, that's where an atrium door comes in. It is a double pinned, it's a normal functioning door and is completely waterproof.
so if someone had wanted to eliminate the little niche and just have more closet space, is that something you see a lot?
Absolutely. If they wanted a bigger closet, they could have brought this out further. One thing I'll point out on this plan, and I can show us when we wrap up, is it does impact the garage a little bit as well. So there's a little bit of shop space inside the garage in the back for like a chest freezer or a garage fridge or really whatever you see fit, a workbench. So if I was to extend that closet, I can. It just would also eliminate that space from the garage.
Very nice.
Great open concept. So as we're coming into this threshold, I'll kind of pause it real quick because we've got our kitchen existing right over here. Over here in this corner would be what's considered the dining room. And then everything in front of us is the great room. Okay. We've got two paths here, left or right. Which way are we going to go? Anyways, this is the bonus room. So I believe we're gonna go over to the bedrooms first, but then this is where they access the bonus room and you can see it coming out towards the end of the house right here. But the anticipation, I'm not sure which path we'll take first.
Is the fireplace a gas fireplace?
It is a gas fireplace.
Okay.
So all fireplaces with us are completely optional, but we can do anything you prefer. So we can do electric, we can do gas, we can do pellets, we can do a wood burning freestanding or a beautiful wood burning insert. All come at a different price. So you'll just want to, make sure you're asking those questions, giving us a great example of your vision. And then from there, we can, work through what that would cost for your project.
Oh, we're going to the bonus room.
Oh, we are? How exciting. So I do know that it's finished now. It looks really cool. They did land on the fact that they did like sort of like a media room in here. And they've got a really big sectional. As you can see, it was kind of in the works already. Really big sectional in this room. I was so impressed. It like goes wall to wall. It fits perfectly though, but I was like, oh,
Very nice.
this is a big couch. Um, so they got big plans, likely taking the approach of like this being a very like family room, fun, like this is where we really hang out, and then more of like a showpiece great room, to
Perfect.
for me, I like that. It's like, hey, look, I have my life together,
Yeah.
and just don't go in the other room, okay?
Yeah.
That one's not for show.
I support it. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, we focus here. We see the 12-foot ceiling again. This is a great showcase to see it. I'll back up just a little bit because you can see where that drop is. So we've got 12 foot in the body, but every other space in the house is gonna still be 9 foot. So in the bedrooms, we're 9 foot, the bathrooms, the garage, you see this drop in the ceilings as we go through these hallways. And that's just taking the 12 foot that's in the body back down to the 9 foot that's in the bedrooms. We talked about full HVAC, so this will be a touch screen. Also learned that it's Bluetooth.
Oh,
Yeah, I went to a closing, which I often try to do, but they're Bluetooth now too, so you can control them from your phone. My mind was
very
blown.
nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we're coming all the way down the hallway to the bedroom that would be facing the front of the house. So like we saw from the plan, we've got 3 bedrooms that are going to span this wall. So you've got one in the front that's going to look out towards the driveway, kind of where people are pulling up. All of the rooms on this floor plan are really good size. So we have an 11 by 12 on this floor plan. I don't want to be lying to you, so let me pull up just to verify, but they're all
13 by
really
10.
mm-hmm.
Their
Yeah.
views are phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's very pretty out where they are in Camas. They have an Instagram page where they have
Ah,
done the progress of the whole entire project from the beginning. Their
love that.
Instagram handle is called Streets to Sticks.
I
Sticks to
love it.
and so if you wanted
Okay.
to look at like the progress, and she's been still posting on how they're finishing the house, how it's coming together, how
Oh,
they're
I love
decorating.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Really cool. And so they also did the closets in the kids' rooms. So they opted for these to also be completely bare so that they could come in, and finish it out with the systems that they wanted to include in the closets for the children as well. So we'll come back through. The floors are just beautiful. I
They
think we should
are.
write Shaw and protest.
I mean, they should have talked to us before making a decision like that.
I think they really should have, yeah. This is the guest bath, also the bathroom for the children. So we didn't carry the same quartz in here. That wasn't important to them. Back when they signed, we still had laminate as a product we offered. And so that was a laminate that they chose to have in this room. Today's pricing would include quartz in this room as well, with the undermount sinks automatically in the base price. This is just a little bit older of a project, and we didn't have those changes yet, but we are seeing standard bath accessories, the standard plumbing. We did carry through the painted cabinets in here. And we're going to come into the last bedroom, the third bedroom, which is this one is 13 by 10. So also really good space. Lots of outlets in our homes as well. So code is that they can be a maximum of 6 feet apart. So no more than 6 feet. Something I always like to raise my hand on though with my customers is there's certain areas in the house where it's not code to have an outlet, like a walk-in closet. But do you want to have a steamer in there? Do you want to have any functionality? I can add outlets wherever you want. floor outlets, outlets in the garage, outlets in the closets, really whatever you're thinking. Absolutely beautiful. So
Love it.
we know that this was the door that was inside their room. Okay, the hot tub is gonna go right here. Okay, beautiful patio cover that we have on the floor plan. And then we're seeing those double tiered windows because of the 12-foot ceilings. And then we know that this is the bonus room on the home.
They have
This
a good amount of slope.
they do. So this is a great showcase. We can build on any property, okay? But each might come at a little bit different of a cost. So this customer has some topography present on their lot. So we can see from this image, up on what is the right side of the house currently from our view, that's flat, and then we're dropping down. So we had about 7 feet of fall from one side of the house to this other side of the house. Adair always likes to be transparent about this. When we come out and do an evaluation on a lot, we can see this. It's not hiding from us. And so in an effort to be fully transparent, what we'll do with a customer is we're going to mark the corners of your home that you're interested in building, and then we're gonna drop a laser. And that laser will allow us to gauge the topography that's present on your lot, because the laser has a transmitter on a measuring, a yardstick. And I was going to call it a measuring stick, or a yardstick. And once the laser reaches the plane of the transmitter, you're then able to measure, how much distance we had fall wise. And then we're going to put it together in a spreadsheet so that we can disclose what we anticipate your additional foundation costs to be. Our concrete costs a certain amount for a cubic yardage, and we're going to do all that math and let you know what it is so that we can capture that in the project total rather than letting it be a surprise once we do the dig out of your house. We don't want that. If we have the ability for the loan to capture a cost like this, we want that to happen. So we'll continue for the last few minutes. And then what we'll do, what we like to do at the end of these is we're gonna play the video again, start to finish. We're not gonna pause it this time. And what we ask during this next run through is if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A. And then while we're playing this video again, Katie and I will just go through all of those questions and answer all of those where we're looking at the house one more time.
Sarah, can you talk to me a little more? So if we went to do the property evaluation and there was 7 foot of grade change, could they have chose to do a walkout basement?
It could have. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so once we get more than 6 feet of fall, that conversation does open the door to itself. But sometimes when it comes to that, it's really up to the customer and the preference of their design and their budget. So when it comes to this type of fall, we can either do a basement or we can do a tall crawl space. And they do have two different costs. So for this particular customer, I can give us the exact cost of what they paid on this additional foundation. And then we can kind of do a little bit of like rough cost on what it would be to have a daylight basement. So
I think that's useful. I do still so often get those phone calls. Hey, can you guys build on slope? It's such a frequent conversation that we have.
yeah, so they had 10 feet of fall,
Oof.
one side of the house to the other.
Okay.
And so for us, the cost for that additional foundation was 42,000. So 42,000, it does sound like a significant cost, but a daylight basement on that same 10 feet of fall would likely be, a minimum of 170,000.
Oof.
So pretty difference cost wise, and we'll just let the customer decide, what they prefer. Some people don't like basements, some people don't like stairs. It's just completely up to what a person prefers.
Absolutely. We have a question. Do you do home networking? My partner and I both work from home. It would be helpful to have Ethernet.
Absolutely. So we've got a low profile home network system. that we can provide in any of our homes, which would allow for direct Cat6 Ethernet lines to be ran to specific areas. That panel would get housed wherever you prefer. So if you'd like that network panel to be in an office, a utility room, whatever you'd like to see, it is an option we add, and then that would come with 3 direct lines. But if you wanted more, we can then opt to add additional a la carte to wherever, so we could have 8, I mean, we could have 10, and then the panel would just adjust size wise based on what you pick.
We've got, can you build a garage as a first floor with the house on top?
Yes, so that is common. I've actually done a couple. We did them as ADUs, but I've done a handful of like 2-car garages with about anywhere from like 5 to 620 square feet as a studio. So that design was inclusive of a bedroom, a bathroom, a washer and dryer closet, a kitchen, and a living room. So very much doable.
I've done a couple as well, and I can confirm in the custom homes portfolio on the website, you can find those previously built floor plans and see if what we've done before is what you're after, or if you need to go a completely different direction.
Mhm. And it all can be based on your footprint. Say you want a 3-car garage, you just want a 2. It's really whatever you prefer.
Okay, we're caught up on questions.
Yay.
Will you talk to me about site work and getting site work estimates and when that's done in the process?
Yeah. So here at Adair, we are working towards being all inclusive for our customers. Okay, so Katie and myself are fortunate enough to be in 2 branches that are full service for our customers. What that means is now out of the Cresswell and out of the Woodland branch, we do all site development for our customers. This isn't the same for every branch. There's still a few across the company that are working towards going live with this program as well. And so what that means is we now take care of all building permits for our customers, excavation, septic install or city sewer laterals, power, driveway, I mean, you name it. We now take care of that for our customers. We go through a process called a property evaluation. So when a customer decides that they would like to move forward and they would like to explore their build cost further, we would work towards scheduling what's called that property evaluation. So ourselves and the construction superintendent would come out to a customer's property and begin to understand what's needed on that lot to house a home. We would have your preferred floor plan in hand because a footprint of the house is very important when understanding cost around moving dirt. And we would just go for a walk. What's your vision? How do you want the house pointed? Do you have a view? Did you want the house positioned a certain way because you want to do a shop in the future and you want a roundabout driveway versus a front driveway? And we have a vision for a lavender garden over here and our chicken's gonna go here. I mean, let's dream together. So we walk that property with you. We have great conversations about what you want. Do we want a wood burning fireplace? Do we want gas in the house? Are we going to introduce gas for appliances, gas for a fireplace? What are you looking for? We'll talk through any nuances. Do we need a well, or are we city water? Is the power already there, or do we need to bring it down from the street? And these are all things we talk about. And then about 4 days after your evaluation, we then, well, 4 to 7 days after your evaluation, we will produce a handful of documents going over any notes that we made while out on site. But it expands further than that. So were there any bridges that aren't rated with the county that we're worried about? Are there any tight turns? I mean, really nothing's not looked at. And then we give you a bid sheet we give you a full breakdown of those site development costs. So we'll reach out to the county or the city on your behalf to understand your costs for your building permits. We reach out to local excavators to get a cost to do all the dirt moving on your project. We pick up communications with the PUD to understand costs for power, and we then disclose that all to you. So this is what it would cost to prepare your lot. For us, it's pass through. We don't mark that up. So some builders go about offering this service differently. Us here at Adair, we just want to provide an easier experience for our customers. So we don't mark those bids up at all. So if you told me you've got, a family friend who's an excavator and we really want to use them, we could explore that. We could explore onboarding them. We could explore honoring that. And if they give you a bid at a certain amount, that's the exact amount you would see present on our documentation as well.
We have switching gears a little bit.
Mhm.
We are planning to move up to Seattle area, but currently live in Portland. Would we contact the local Adair representative first or the one in Seattle?
Yeah, so if you're looking to move to Seattle or the greater Seattle area, because that is very vague. I used to live in the Seattle area. She big. If that's where your project is going to be, you're going to want to reach out to the Seattle area, because each of our branches specialize in our areas. So if you came and saw me in Woodland, I wouldn't be able to speak to jurisdictional timelines or how much permits cost or average cost of land, because I specialize in my little area. So up in the Seattle area, we have an office out of North Bend that would service a majority of that greater Seattle area. And out of that office, Maddie would be the home ownership counselor. So I would definitely suggest that you start the conversation with her, um, because it's a larger metropolitan and we don't want to overlook anything that might be required.
And Maddie is an angel from heaven, and you will
She is.
enjoy talking to her.
She is. And we'll just boast her a little bit. She just got married. Her pictures were so cute. She's so, yeah, we're very
She's the
happy for
best.
Maddie. We like Maddie.
Okay.
But in Seattle area, you've got, whether your jurisdiction or your county, and you've got so many clusters, are you Issaquah? Are you North Bend? Are you in Snohomish County? Are you in King County? Yeah, so there's just a lot.
Okay.
But naturally, we said reach out to Maddie. You might not have her contact information. So what I would say is if you're interacting with the website, or for anybody who's in that research phase and wants to meet with a homeownership counselor to begin talking about your project, when you're interacting with our website, there is a chat function in the bottom right corner of the website that will pop up for you, okay? That is to interact with our online team. So we have Danny, Tawny, Janice, Morea. These girls are there waiting to assist you with your questions. And they're also there to assist you to get in contact with the proper branch that you should be talking to. So if you're like, oh, I don't really know how to get a hold of Maddie, I would say definitely interact with that chat feature. And those online ladies, they'll do all the work for you and they'll link you with Maddie.
Did we forget anything? We're all caught up.
I
Did
don't
we leave
think
anything
so.
out?
I
Okay.
don't think so. A few nuances that I'll kind of just touch on. When we're working with this type of topography, I know I had mentioned this in all good and fun, but that rock wall, this is a necessity. Okay, so as we see the topography, but if we look up the trees, the hillside is still going. This was cut out specifically for the house, but we had to keep all that hillside back. So those rocks are beautiful, but they're also in the functionality of a retaining wall. So that's also something that comes into play every once in a while when we're working on lots with topography, because we've just built this beautiful house, and we want to protect it. So the retaining wall is what is holding the hillside back, and that's engineered to be that functionality to protect this house and to protect the area around it.
Sarah, I know this is a huge question and there are so many variables and so many things specific to this site, but do you know their approximate site work budget?
You just want to ask all the hard questions,
I
Katie.
like to challenge you.
Yeah,
I
you
feel like you
do.
have everything together so often.
So these customers, they purchased this land as well. So something to keep in mind is when, and I'll play this while I'm answering this just so we have something to look at, is you can use a loan to wrap everything together. You can use it to buy the property, pay for the site development, and pay for the home, making it an all-inclusive project cost. You have that option. That's what this customer did. So they purchased their lot here in Camas for $295. Okay, so that's how much that property costs for them. The site development for them to include their building permits, their excavation. They did have a well and a septic, driveway, power, retaining wall, all of those items. They spent just shy of 87,000 on all of their site development.
Okay, not bad for that much slope and a retaining wall. Very
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, just to kind of keep, transparency, the retaining wall alone was about 12,000.
Okay,
They did get lucky. That's a good price. I mean, I know
yeah,
it sounds like a lot, but all those rocks were already on their property,
perfect.
which, oh, that's huge,
Yeah,
to save money. That's why
yeah,
you still see a couple more sprinkled all around. They're also in a jurisdiction that's a little bit higher on permit costs. So each county, has different costs for building permits, and each county, you might also vary within it on what they'll charge for permits. So, and given that this house was, just shy of 2,700 with the addition of the bonus room,
yeah,
uh, mhm,
yeah.
because they built in Clark County. If anybody in the Washington area is watching, this project would have been in Clark County, which is one of a more metropolitan areas.
Very nice. Very nice.
Mhm. Perfect. Well, if we don't currently have any other additional questions, let me pop out at here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So sorry for the emotional roller coaster I'm sending anybody on. I want to take us out of full screen and take us back to the website. So that chat feature that I was talking about is right here. So if you did want to interact with the ladies and maybe get connected with a homeownership counselor, just to begin your research phase, it doesn't really matter what spot you're at. It's always good to prepare rather than just kind of leave it up to chance. So I definitely say interact with these ladies. They can help answer your questions, but then they can also help get you connected to what branch you need to be talking to for your project. Okay, perfect. Any other questions or anything for us, Katie?
We are all caught up. We're good to
Perfect.
go.
Okay, well, with that, we'll give everybody back the rest of their Wednesday. What I will say is we do have another virtual tour next week, same time, same place, same people. We will be touring our Clickatat floor plan next Wednesday. So if you're interested, feel free to come back and join us for another video. With that, everybody have a great day, and thank you, Katie, for hosting with me today.
I loved it. See you next
Perfect.
week.
Yeah, perfect. Bye.